It's your boy Neighborhood Ryan, and this is In the Neighborhood. Welcome to another edition of In the Neighborhood. I am sitting here with
Katie Webb.
All right, and where are you from?
I'm from Pendleton, South Carolina.
All right, Pendleton, South Carolina. All right, Miss Webb. And do you identify yourself as a filmmaker?
At last, yes, yes. I finally see myself as a filmmaker, film writer.
And what is your first film about?
My first film is called Dinner for Seven, Serving Scot-Free.
Okay.
And it's based on the scripture from Isaiah 4, where it says, "In that day there will be 7 women crying after one man, saying, 'Marry me, marry me.'" And so this narrative, this story, is about the journey of these 7 women who are identifying themselves, standing up for who they are as independent women, and giving a different spin on the way women are portrayed in film, and how they interact with each other and with Scot-Free when they each find out, holy smokes, I'm not the only one.
Ooh.
So each one of these women are really thinking, hey, I'm the only one, but
it's not the case.
Not. So how do they handle that? And what does it look like?
And does he get away scot-free? I like that.
Somebody gets away scot-free. Scot-free.
All right, so you said that your first film, Scot-Free, is based off of Isaiah chapter 4. Mm-hmm. When writing a script, does your life inspire your script at all?
I would say there are different aspects of my life that may come through, but I love to read, and I am a voracious movie watcher anyway. So it's a combination, I would say, a little bit of things that I've seen on my journey, along with something that I may have seen in the movies.
Awesome.
So it's kind of a balance between, yes, a part of my life and something that I've seen on my journey.
Awesome. All right, you said you're a voracious reader and movie watcher. What inspired you to enter the world of films?
It was my cousin, Jacqueline Taylor, and she has a company. She's an entrepreneur, and her company is called Many Hats Production. So she's a very gifted young lady in different arts, if you will. She does comedy shows and things like that. And she had been wanting to get in the film. So we were just talking, and I was just telling her a story, basically. And she was like, "Girl, that'll make a good movie." And I'm like, "Seriously?" And so we were talking about it, and she said, "Write it, Katie." And I did. And so we collaborate a lot, and that's our first project together.
That's beautiful. Okay, that was special.
Yeah.
Would you having or reading a voracious amount of books? I gotta keep using that word because I like it.
You're a voracious reader. You don't read a voracious amount of books.
Okay.
So I'm a voracious reader.
Okay.
It's not a voracious amount of books.
Got you.
So it's kind of tricky the way it's used.
The way, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you read a voracious amount of books and watch a voracious amount of films. No?
You don't.
You don't watch a voracious?
I watch an enormous amount of films, but I'm a voracious watcher because voracious describes what I'm doing, not the amount.
Got you.
Got that?
Yeah.
And you can edit that out.
Nah, I'm gonna keep that in there because I'm pretty sure the people that's watching don't know voracious either.
But if you use it properly, you don't have to do all that. Yeah. I don't want to be correcting you on your film.
No, that's beautiful.
No,
that's beautiful. I love it.
Please.
I'm keeping it.
Oh my God! Please don't. I feel horrible.
Nah, don't feel horrible at all.
Okay.
Well, since you are a voracious reader,
yes,
and and voracious film watcher.
Yes.
What is your favorite book?
Okay. My favorite book is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz.
Okay, I think I have seen that before. I've definitely
Mhm.
seen it. I don't think I've read it
Small
before. I've
book.
definitely seen it. Yeah.
Easy read.
Awesome.
Incredible book. And
Yeah.
the four agreements are: make your words impeccable, assume nothing, take nothing personal, and always do your best.
Okay.
And I like it because it's easy for me to remember that. And plus, just I'm very particular about words. I pay attention to the words.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It makes a difference. It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
The placement and everything.
Yes. Yes, just like that.
What about film?
That one's tricky. I would say my two favorite films are The Matrix Reloaded and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Wow.
Brad Pitt plays in it, and I think Kate Wingate. And
Benjamin Button is like that's when he's like old as
Yes, he's born an old man. And the older he gets, the younger he gets. And just that idea is
beautiful.
It is that is film writing.
Yeah.
That's a magical mind to be able to do that. The Matrix Reloaded, to me, there are so many spiritual aspects to the Matrix, and they're the high drama. It's just the movie, science fiction. It has everything in it.
All bottled in one.
All bottled in one. A little love story, and then you got the how many guns do we need? Guns, lots of guns.
Yeah.
And I will quote a movie. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, you're filmmaking, you're quarterbacking this thing. While you're on set, do you see something and then call an audible? Meaning like an adjustment. You see something, you're like, well, I know I wrote it this way, but I want to change it. Does that happen?
Now, remember, this is my first film. And while I am the writer, there's a director. And the director is that person who's filming it. Sometimes they make adjustments. Wow. And sometimes I will too, if I'm there for the filming. And what I'm learning is it's almost like the directors prefer that the film writer, the producer, is not there. It's kind of like a two-way street again, because I have my vision of how I want this scene to be played out, how I want the energy to flow. So in that sense, yes, because if somebody says, if I say, you know what, if they may not say the line with the appropriate energy or inflection the way I would want it. And so that's the advantage of being on set. And that, I think that would be an adjustment. And sometimes whenever you hear it out loud, it doesn't sound the same way it does on paper when you're reading it and reading over it, and whenever you hear the words being spoken. And so and the easy answer.
And you're big on words.
Yeah, I am. Make your words impeccable, first agreement. So, yeah.
I like that.
Now, that right there is very true.
All right. And what advice would you have for a film writer?
The advice I would give for a film writer would be knowing there are different processes to the process. For example, when I started to actually write out Scot-Free, one of the things I did was watch more movies so that I could get an idea of how I wanted my film to flow. So that was a part of the process. The other process was sitting still and allowing the scenes and the dialogue to come to me. So as I wrote it out. And that's another part of my process. Another part of my process is I have to write it with a pencil, a number 2 pencil, a big Scripto number 2 pencil, the one where the little yellow ones, the little mechanic pencils. It has to be that, and it has to be in a notebook. It has to be in
The
not just
composition?
anybody, not just any notebook. It has to be a 70-page wide rule. That's my process. It is. I know this sounds kind of funny, but it's like, and then it's like I just write it, and it's like it just comes right out the end of the pencil. And then once I've written it by hand, then I'll keyboard it. I'll enter it into the computer.
Okay.
So being open, you'll develop your own. But for me, it's almost I'm led to particular movies to watch. Every time a part of the process also is just things come to me. I may not know exactly that it's for this film, but it has a way of working out. So there's a lot of specifics, and I would say a lot of spiritual that makes it all come together for me. Yeah.
So the main advice, you guys, is to be open.
Oh gosh, yeah. I was talking about process. Yes. Advice: be open to the possibilities. Like a very wise young man said to me only Saturday, don't limit yourself. And especially the most important advice I could say is be careful who you share your dream with, because it's already an adventure and we're already embarking on something that we either haven't done or have been thinking about doing. So be careful who you share or run your idea by, because we're the ones who are going to be writing. So we have to have those people who are really going to support us. So make sure you have the proper support system. My cousin Jackie and I, we became good partners because I was excited about writing. She wanted to make the film. So our dreams came together and it came to life. So you have to be careful who you are partnering with.
Awesome.
Whether it's writing a film, whether you're gonna bake, have whatever type of business. If you're gonna be a musician, you have to have that chemistry, harmony, and you have to have a unity for it to unfold properly. So choose who you share your dream with wisely is my number one advice. I said number one a lot. It's important who you share your dream with, and believe in yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. That's probably number 3. Do not talk yourself out of it, because you may not be able to see how it's going to unfold. So as Donald Lawrence says and wrote, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Keep encouraging yourself. And something I'm learning too, you just about have to be your own best cheerleader. Don't talk yourself. You're either going to be your own best cheerleader or you're going to be your own doubter and talk yourself out of it. So be your own best cheerleader and don't talk yourself out of your dream, out of your vision, out of your idea.
All right, that's some great information for all of you filmmakers out there. You heard it first. Be open. Don't overthink. Don't talk yourself out of it. The next question I have for you is, do you think it's essential for someone to go to a film institute to become a successful filmmaker?
Back in the day, I would have said yes. And now I say yes and no, maybe. And the only reason I answer that, I know that sounds like, what? Just say yes or no. The reason I can't say absolutely yes is because I haven't. But I'm the kind of person, honest and true. As a matter of fact, this is the only thing that I've ever done that I didn't take a class first. But I love to write. So I was taking, as much as I love to watch movies and seeing what they were doing in movies and my ideas, and I love to write, it was like those were the things that I combined. I would say it's up to a person whether or not they go to filmmaking.
It's almost like the motivation of the person. If the person is like has low, like they need to be pushed, then filmmaking school might be perfect for them. But if they're self-motivated, then they should be able to.
But they can be self-motivated and go to the school because there's so much more that you pick up from taking a class. That you've got self-taught and then you've got educated. And so I think thank you. You have natural talent. So when you've got natural talent along with coaching, teaching, education, to me, I think you've got you've got the magic mix. Because like I sing, I have not been trained vocally, but I've been, I've taken like chorus and things like that. But it has helped me to sing in a way that if I was just out there, no, I'm laughing because it's kind of like the difference between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that...
What's that? Talk about that.
Michael Jordan played basketball in college. He played on college level. If I'm remembering properly, Kobe went straight from high school to NBA. And you got the heir apparent and the Black Mamba. So who's the best? Guess who my favorite basketball players are?
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to explain when I think about yes or no going to take a class or going to school or not.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that right there. That wrapped it up.
Yeah, that's it. That's your answer right there. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Even Michael Jackson. Michael didn't go to no film. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Mike had any lessons. So there you go.
There you go. That was a great example. I love that. Definitely a big Kobe Bryant fan.
Yeah. Those are my favorite basketball players.
Yeah, of all time.
Yeah. Of all time. My favorite GOATs.
How do you feel about film festivals, and will you be entering any future films into a film festival?
Episode 1 of Scott Free was a part of a film festival in the lower part of the state. Yeah. So that was fun. I would say yes. And just so you're clear that I don't think it's just black and white in how things should be done, and it should be done this way, should be done a particular way. I think nowadays we're seeing where things are blended. So do I think film festivals are a great idea? I do. However, I'm not saying that you have to be in a film festival or participate in a film festival for your film to be seen, because, you just never know where your connections will come.
Amen.
So that's why I say be open, be flexible, and the less rigid we are about how it has to be done a specific way, the more flexibility we have, the more open we are. I feel like that's when the different opportunities flow in.
Okay.
Do you know how many ways you can make a vanilla pound cake? So there I go with the strange examples again. But I'm just saying, Betty Crocker, Pillsbury, what's the other one?
Got you. It's so many different
It's so
people.
many
Yeah.
different ways
Yeah.
that there's no one way. And then you have your grandmoms who's different from
Amen.
your auntie,
Amen.
and they both make fabulous, and it's the same cake, but you just sit there and you just be like, well, I'm just going to eat 4 pieces of cake because they're all good. And that's the way I try to remain open, and I would advise anybody to remain open, because just because you haven't thought about it, that doesn't mean that's a way that it can or cannot happen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay. And this next question, this is just for me, really. Can I play a part in a future film? Everybody says I look like Denzel. I have some acting experience.
The easy answer is yes.
Okay.
Because I am finishing up and writing. I'll actually revamping Scott Free, so we can write a part in there for you. There are always extras, so shoot, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. That's beautiful. And here on In the Neighborhood, I always like to ask, who should I interview next? Before you answer, make sure it's someone that you can get me in touch with.
Okay. I have 2.
Okay.
Can I do 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Right here in the neighborhood, right here, I would suggest my beautician.
Okay.
Her name is Brittany Williams, and I can give you her information so you can contact her.
All right.
Since we're talking about the films and we're looking at that aspect of what I'm doing now, I can also hook you up with Jackie Taylor and Chris Carter, who is a director, which is different from the film writer. Okay. So, yeah, I can hook you up.
Yeah, that's going to be beautiful.
Yes.
I want to tell you, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you coming out. I really appreciate the knowledge that you shared. Do you have social media? Would you like to shout out your social media?
Sure.
How people can find you?
I am on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm starting them back. I do motivational moments, so I do live on Facebook. And I also, you don't know about this, I also make bath salts and sugar scrubs. Okay. And it's called Kits, Katie's Inspirational Treasures and Treats. So I have different things that I'm doing. Yeah. Also, I would like to put out there that I am a pastor, and I speak often at House of Judah in Seneca. So those are the main things that are happening right now in my life, that anybody would like to support me. So check out my Facebook page when I go live, and I'm also Katie's Inspirational Treasures and Treats, and maybe you can come and listen to me speak one Sunday.
All right.
I would really like that.
Yeah.
I'm the cool pastor.
I like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.